Are we rejecting people?
Well, there's no right way to break up with somebody.
As dating coaches, we get asked this question all the time. Hey, I've got this person, I need to let them go, but how do I do this the right way? And what people really mean is like, how can I do this in such a way that escapes me from the burden of that person's emotions when I let them down? And how can I do this in a way that it's just like a clean cut? Now, I didn't see the full length of this interview, but I'm willing to bet that that's what Charlotte's getting at in this video, which is that there is no clean cut when you break up with somebody, and there's no way to avoid, the backlash of emotions when you let somebody go. And this is why it's really, really important that you let people know what your intentions are in the dating world. For example, if I'm a guy and I'm out there, hanging out, having fun and hooking up with a lot of different girls, and I haven't found one that I'm interested in a relationship yet, if a girl starts to signal to me that she's interested in more, like a relationship or something like that, I need it to be very apparent that I'm dating other girls. I need, all this needs to be an open book from day one. And if a signal gets sent that they're looking for more, I need to stop and have a talk with that person and be like, look, I'm not looking for anything more. And if you need to leave or we don't need to see each other anymore, I'll totally understand. That's totally okay. And this kind of talk needs to be had, in advance enough before that person's latched themselves on so deeply that when you cut them loose later, that they're not hurting because, you were being lazy. Sometimes you've given somebody an honest look, right? You took them out several times. You're trying to evaluate whether or not this was going to go somewhere. And then you just decided that, hey, this just ain't going anywhere. And in that case, you wouldn't have had a chance to give them a warning because you were still evaluating for yourself. In cases like these, people are going to get hurt. There's just no way around it. When you tell them the news, they're going to try to convince you out of it. They're going to try to, hang on for dear life. They're going to splash you with a bunch of negative or melancholy emotions. And that is just product of being in the dating world. But even though there's no right way and there's no clean cut to break up with somebody, there is one tip that I can give you, and I think this will help you. Before you decide to have a breakup talk with somebody, you need to, get into solitude, put your phone down, and have a little talk with yourself and say, look, I am resolute in my decision. I am making this choice because of A, B, and C, and no amount of talking me out of it is going to be able to happen because I am deciding right now with all the information that I have that this is the right choice. And that way, when you break the news to that person and they appeal to you and they try to convince you out of it and all this kind of stuff, because that can happen, okay? Not that it should happen, but it does, okay? You're not going to allow yourself to have your mind changed simply because that other person splashed you with a bunch of negative emotions. So take time to get strong in your decision, and that will help you before you break up with somebody. And make sure to follow my account for more dating advice.